Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of the Final Fantasy Legend 2. When we last left off, the party of Honey Mouse, Linus, Vincent, and P were making their way through this Cave of Light. It's the final dungeon here in Apollo's world, and the last place that they were directed to by the riddle that Apollo gave them when they first entered the world. So, it has to be, you don't necessarily have to enter this one last, but you do have to enter it after completing the undersea volcano, because in the undersea volcano, that's where you got the true eye magi, which allows you to see in this cave. Otherwise, it lives up to its name, the Cave of Light. It's too bright, you can't see anything, so. But we're almost done this cave. We just have a few more treasures to get. And most of the treasures are going to be the remaining magi that we need to find in this world. Once we collect those magi, we can head back to the celestial pillar and head into the next world. So we'll definitely be doing that in this episode because, like I said, we're pretty much, this is the final floor of the Cave of Light. So it's a big one. We got quite a few treasure chests scattered about throughout the area, but can't miss any of these treasure chests because these are the ones that contain all the magi that we need to proceed in the game. So it's too bad we can't just enter, I guess, through the back way to get all this magi. You'll notice that when we exit this dungeon, we'll be exiting through the same entrance that we entered the place through. So yeah, it's kind of like, why couldn't we just gone backwards? But I guess if we went backwards, we would have missed out on all this good treasure and all these fights that we've been getting into to help increase our stats. So Linus just got some more mana there. Some of the treasures that we got were some spell books in these past two dungeons, and that'll finally allow Linus to start working on his mana. So even though humans don't start with a mana stat, they actually do grow, their growth rate for mana is actually greater than that of mutants. So mutants, I guess, balance out by their special abilities that they can get at the end. So now we're gonna switch things around. Since Linus is working on his mana, we're gonna give him the mana magi rather than the speed magi. Magi has special properties when you equip it. Mana magi basically adds 5 to your mana stat when using mana-based weapons and abilities for the first one you equip, and then every subsequent mana magi you equip adds +1. So if we equip 4 mana magi onto Linus, will get the initial +5 for the first one, and then the other 3 will add 1. So he'll get +8 to his effective mana stat when using mana-based weapons and abilities. So, and pretty much every magi that adds bonuses like that does with the same +5 for the first, and then every subsequent magi equipped beyond the first +1 to the stat. The only one that's different is the speed magi. The speed magi for the first one that you equip adds +10 to your agility, and each subsequent one adds +2 to the agility stat in terms of calculations for hit and damage when using an agility-based weapon. But the others are 5 + 1, so fire, 5, that does for all magical attacks. Ice increases the damage for only fire attacks. Thunder does for all magic attacks, and poison does for all fire attacks. So yeah, they kind of messed up the coding there a little bit. So the poison does fire, fire does all, thunder does all, and ice does fire. So. Alright, and with that, we finally cleared out all of Apollo's world, so now let's make our way out of here and head to the next world. See what adventures await us there. Oh, keep using those agility-based weapons there, those martial arts. Linus used one, he got an agility right away. So, take it easy, Apollo. We will meet Apollo again, spoilers, so. He's a very active god in this game, so where most of the gods tend to stick around in their own worlds, Apollo will be making quite a few appearances. So I guess it wouldn't be necessarily appropriate to say goodbye to him there, but it is appropriate to say goodbye to his world and head into this world. What awaits us here? A town right away. Lots of weirdos are hanging around in the cafe. And back here we got this guy hiding in the corner. People appear and disappear suddenly in this town, but they hear the heroic tune every time it happens. That's your clue. So, cafe, heroic tune. Looks like we're going to have to head to the cafe and play the heroic tune. So, let's sell off some of these things here. Most of those strength-based weapons we're not going to use because remember, strength, we got to basically raise 2 stats. Your strength and your agility, because you can have a high strength, but if you don't have good agility, you're not going to be able to hit anything with your strength weapons. So, yeah, agility is king in this game, so maybe that's why in this, with the speed magi, if you equip it gives the +10, +2, rather than the other ones, +5, +1. So, finally get to buy that eye drop to heal P up there and get a little bit of better armor there for Vincent. Although I don't know why gold is better than silver. Gold is very malleable. I think it wouldn't make very good armor. It would, bend easily, but oh well. Guardian's base must be in this town somewhere. So it looks like this world is only composed of just this one single town. That doesn't mean there's not going to be a lot of adventure in this town. Nope. There's going to be a lot's happening here in this town, so once again, before we use the inn, we always want to use up all our cure charges to reduce the amount of price at the inn. So hey, we got to stay at the inn for free there. Woohoo! Got to recharge all our abilities on our mutant and our robot. Now let's head on into the cafe. It's just a rumor that you can become a god with magi. It must be. It's not that easy to be a god. Do you know the Guardians? Yeah, our father is one. Linus' father is one. Refreshments for 100 gold? Use the jukebox. Nothing in this town, really. Nothing. We have so many earthquakes recently. See? Well, let's use the jukebox like the bartender said, and let's play the heroic tune. Remember, people disappear when the heroic tune is played. We play it, it opens a secret door. You are spies! Uh-oh. Looks like we've been arrested. Maybe they think we're spies because, we have all this magi. Hey, it's Father. Dad. Captain. Well, really? Okay, sir. I understand. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we told him to let us out. He wouldn't let us out, but then Dad came in and rescued us. So I guess all that, nice children. I guess the problems that we had back in Lynn's world there, Apollo's world, I guess they're water under the bridge now, so. New gods are spying on us. We have to be careful. Okay. So let's wander around the Guardian's base. Oh, you look just like our captain. Can't wait to see you grow up. Yeah, you get that dialogue no matter who your initial party member is. We have Linus, who's a human, but if we were like a monster, for some reason they would still say the same thing. It's very dangerous to abuse the power of magi. It creates great imbalances in nature. What people call ancient gods must be the ancient people with super civilizations, but they could not control their own power and ruin themselves. So let's wander around the Guardian's base, talk with all the Guardians, see what they're up to. Apollo, Ashura, Venus, Odin, we have to look out for new gods. Well, we took care of Ashura. We met Apollo. Pillar of the sky in each world is getting unstable. Worlds may come to pieces. Venus, have yet to meet, and so is Odin. We're trying to save the world. That's why we're studying about the world and magic in this base. Now, if you got a game over, you would have met Odin, but I'm not gonna get a game over just so I can show something special with Odin, but Captain is the key person of all his guardians. He's the professional collecting magi and all. Off limits. Magi storage. Okay. And hey, here's Dad. You must be tired. Stay here and have a good rest. Okay. Get to rest up here. It's like a free inn. And we'll need all those hit points and stuff. Even though we did just stay at an inn. Because something's happening. What's the matter? You notice the background is all messed up. It's all ruined and stuff, so uh-oh, something's going on. Yep. Now as we wander around, you see there's a monster over there? Yep, we can start getting into random encounters. First one here, the mech bug. Can drop a submachine gun or a blitz whip. So, submachine guns kind of getting outdated here. It's not as good as it used to be. There will be a way to get a better weapon for free a little bit later, so to replace our submachine gun. Yeah, guns usually last about, 3 worlds about, and then you're gonna have to usually upgrade. Let's go check out to see if the magi is safe. So, if these are monsters and they're coming after the magi, probably. Well, let's go make sure that this door is still locked. Make sure no monsters are gotten the magi, and if any monsters did get through the door, maybe we can catch them in the act of stealing the magi. Stop them. Be heroes like Dad, saving the world. Into a random encounter. Maybe there is somebody stealing the magi in there, because getting into quite a lot of random encounters here. It's almost like they're trying to prevent us from getting into that room. Let's head on in. Hey, it's now open. Let's collect the magi ourselves. Empty? Empty? Uh-oh. Looks like they must have got them all. Empty? Empty and empty. No prize for guessing that, so. Surprisingly, though, if we use the prism magi, there's only 4 magi left in this world, but there's 5 treasure boxes of magi, so maybe somebody took one of the magi and escaped to a different world, so. Well, we'll figure that out as we go along, but let's just start making our way out and we'll basically backtrack on the way that we came in, so. We're not really going to be eating much meat for a little bit, because we want to keep the crab monster, keep P thematically appropriate. And here we have a strong monster here. It's from basically 2 worlds ahead. So this is a good place to actually gain some stats. We're going to be fighting a lot of tougher monsters, kind of as mini-bosses. And each time we fight one of them will drop a magi. So, got a power magi. Captain, you okay? New gods found our base and sent in their monsters. We must hurry. It's going to be too late. Let's go. We'll talk about it later. Gotta hurry. So, yeah, Dad is, we're gonna try to talk to him about, everything that happened with him and Lynn, but he's like, nope, let's get out of here first. So let's go check around for, any survivors. There might be survivors. There was quite a few guardians as we were walking in this place. So now, Dad is pretty powerful for this part in the game. He can pretty much one-shot any enemies. Stronger enemies, you want to use the gold sword for. Because that pretty much can one-shot. Well, no, I should say weaker enemies you want to use the gold sword for, because that can pretty much one-shot anything. For stronger enemies, you may want to use the blitz whip. It doesn't do as much damage as the gold sword, but whips have that property that can potentially stun an enemy. So if you're fighting a strong boss monster, you might have Dad. He has pretty good agility, so he'll probably go first. Maybe use that whip, and it won't deal as much damage as the gold sword, but he probably won't be able to one-shot it with a gold sword anyway. And this will give you the chance that maybe you'll stun the boss monster or the mini boss monster, and the mini boss obviously won't be able to do any attack to you. So, and then for smaller, weaker groups of enemies, that's when you can use your submachine gun. So usually between Dad using the submachine gun and Honey Mouse using the submachine gun, they can probably take out a large group. Right now we're not fighting really large groups, but toward the upper floors, back when we get toward the cafe, we'll be able to encounter some groups of maybe like up to 8 enemies in a group. So that's where Dad and Honey Mouse's submachine gun are really going to come into play. Be really effective at clearing out those large groups. So right now we're kind of fighting large groups, but large in the sense that there's multiple enemies. So three different types of enemies, but only 1 of each. So that's what we'll basically use our gold sword. So now Dad is a good time. I'm not going to be doing it here, but if you're playing through the game for the first time and you want to kind of build up your stats, this is a really good time to do it, because they give you Dad, and Dad can really help you clear out some tougher enemies, help your survivability. Dad also comes in equipped with a cure tome, so we can heal you up between battles. And you got a high encounter rate here, and you're fighting some pretty tough monsters relative to what you were just fighting, so it's a good place to build up stats. I know when I was kind of first going through the game, and I kind of started learning about stats and all. This was the point where I did my first grinding, and then I do the same with all the future fifth party characters that I would gain in my party. I basically like just fight and fight with them until basically all their weapons were used up, and then I was like, okay, how many stats I got, and then I'm ready to move on. So I won't be doing that here because, like I said, I'm not really going to do grinding in this Let's Play. But like I said, if you're new to the game and you want to make it a little less challenging, you know, this might be a good time when you have that fifth party member to help you out. Dad's really, really good, so we saw we used the whip there. Unfortunately, it didn't get the stun, but I hope all these other guardians made it out okay. Yeah, because there's no one alive in any of these other places, so here we're starting to get into the larger groups of enemies. We've got 5 werewolves here. So they have an interesting ability there, recover. Basically what that means is that at the end of their turn, they will recover 10% of their max hit points. So a werewolf, if at the end of the round, every single werewolf will recover 27 of their hit points. So anything up here? Nope, here's the jail we're at. Oh, here's another large group of enemies, the P-worms. In those instances, that's when we'll use Dad's submachine gun. We'll have Honey Mouse. Honey Mouse could have used the submachine gun, but yeah, let's try to get some stats here. So with that boosted up mana ability of Linus there with the magi that he has, the mana magi they equipped, we can basically use the fire magi as the second submachine gun there. There's Obakis. They have that annoying sleep, the annoying touch attack, which heals them up and deals damage to you, so it steals hit points from you and gives it back to them. Luckily it's their second ability, they're more likely to use sleep than anything else. But there's another new enemy there, the Hornet in the middle. So weak against ice. Its third ability there, Honey, that's basically a healing spell. So basically acts as cure. So if you ended up getting a Hornet in your party, so you were eating a bunch of different meats, you weren't worried about just keeping a crab monster. If you ended up with a Hornet monster, Honey's a good ability to have because it can heal you up. So that you know what it does. So just take out that worm there. It's a big worm. I wonder what kind of fish you can catch with it. Linus got some agility, nice. Yeah, we got another boss monster coming up here, so and that will get us out of the Guardian's base. So yeah, when we were taken in from, we didn't get to see it, but when the Guardians took us into the base, they basically took us through this stairway up here. So yeah, this stairway that's guarded by this boss monster coming up here. Once we go up it, it'll take us back to the entrance to the cafe. So I guess they didn't want us leaving the place earlier. That's why they had that one guard there, you know, saying, you know, nope, gotta stay here. You know, guards are spying on us. So, force us to trigger this sequence. So there we go. We got a looks like Vincent there, another mutant. So good thing about humanoid enemies in this game, like I said earlier, is that they can drop their equipment. So we can theoretically get one of 4 spell books off of this guy. And we did. We ended up getting a cure book. Nice. And we got another defense magi. But well, this video is getting a little bit long, so we'll probably finish it up here, finish off with this battle, and then from there we're gonna have to, I guess, escape this cafe and see what else happened to the rest of the town. So see if any more guardians escaped out of here, and if so, maybe we can rendezvous with them and find out where the other 2 missing magi were. We already got 3 of them, but remember there was 5 chests. There's at least one. We know there's one more based on the prism magi in this world. So alright, I'll leave it here, and next time we'll pick it up here in the cafe. Take care, have a good one, and just finish off by healing up with Dad's cure thing. Take care, have a good day. Bye!